Hello. How are you? It's been a little while because I've been dealing with unreliable tradesmen and getting disrupted and messed around. But I learned some lessons and I posted about it. So you can go read that post to learn what I learned. So, how are you doing? I wanted to hop on live real quick and just talk a little bit about the workshop we've got coming up next Thursday, the 16th at 2 p.m. UK time. So make sure to mark your diary, get that in there. You want to be here in this group for that session. So, what I'm going to be sharing with you. I've been through this journey, and a lot of coaches and things along the way told me, don't share the how, share the what. And I get why they said that, in your free content. That's the prevailing wisdom, isn't it? Share the what, not the how. And there is a little bit of truth to it in terms of you want to inspire people, right? When you do your free content, you want to inspire people, help them get a shift in thinking. But it always felt a bit off to me, this idea of just share the what, but don't give them any of the how. It felt like I was tricking them somehow into coming to my free thing and then not quite giving them what they needed to create a result, to create a win. And so I've always been someone who probably gives a bit too much of the how, and I've been challenged on that by various coaches along the way. But I'm really into giving value, whether somebody has yet paid me or not, or whether or not they ever will. When they engage with my stuff, I want them to get actionable things that they can do, and I want them to get benefit from my experience and from interacting with me. Now, one thing that we all have to be careful of as content creators, as coaches, when we are sharing is not so much, I've never been worried about giving my stuff for free because I know when people get value, they want to come work with me. What we do need to be aware of is creating false positives. Now, what do I mean by this? This was a really useful thing. I learned this from Quinette actually in this group, and it makes perfect sense. What can happen when you give free content and you share some of the how is people take your strategy and they go implement, but they are missing so many nuances, right? We all actually know that as human beings, we are often seeking a quick win, a quick result. But the truth is, learning how to run a coaching business, learning how to create clients, learning how to connect, learning your message, these things take time. They take practice, they take ongoing feedback, support, expertise. So I can share my best strategies, and I often do in my free content. What can happen, the risk to the person consuming the content, to the person receiving the content, is that they can go and try and implement, but they don't have the full picture. They don't have my support, and they're not prepared for, some of those nuances that are going to come up, that you cannot cover everything in your free content because it's a journey, because it's learning, it's growing. And what can happen is they take your free thing, they go and do it. Now, sometimes they get a win, awesome, that happens. But sometimes they do it and they're like, oh, it didn't work. But they didn't know how to make it work. They didn't know that you got to practice and you got to tweak and you got to test. They didn't have the ongoing mindset support. They weren't plugged into their energy. So that's a risk for you too when you're sharing your free content, is it can create a false positive. Someone goes and takes it, thinks they're doing it right, but as you know your work, it's deep, right? Someone's not going to get it just from one free thing that you share. The power in working with you comes from the energetic connection, the mindset, the well-being you bring, as well as if you teach strategy like me. So we can do the absolute best we can with our free content, and that is what I'm going to be doing next week. I'm going to be sharing in the no-cost VIP workshop, Pathway to Multiple Six. I'm going to be sharing the processes that I've seen that work to help you create a thriving sustainable coaching business, we're going to come at it from two angles. Number one, how can you create and sign some clients now quickly? Because that's always a question people have on their mind, right? They want to bring some clients quickly. So we're going to look at that, but we're also going to look at, okay, then how do you create this thriving, sustainable coaching business that you're going to enjoy? And, I talk about pathway to multiple six. You don't have to create a multiple six-figure business. That's up to you. I know we're kind of sick of the whole 10K month marketing stuff, aren't we? The hype that we see and all of that. But the truth is that is still attention grabbing, right? People want that six-figure business. They want to do that. But whatever your goal is, know that you can have a thriving, sustainable business that meet your financial needs, that you enjoy, and whether that's six figures, multiple six, or not, or somewhere in between, that's fine. But I'm going to be sharing with you next week what I love that is working based on connection. And this is really for you if you're a soul-led coach. So you care about your people. Maybe you're a bit of an introvert. You're not like super out there in terms of your energy, but you do love your people and you care about serving them. You don't necessarily want to hide behind the tech or just be fiddling around with a techie funnel. You want to connect with your clients and do your work in the world and serve your people. And you probably find the marketing piece hard. You're probably doing way too much hustling. I thought of something today. This is going to sound really strange, but bear with me. I don't want to do any work anymore. And what I mean by that is not that I don't want to do anything that challenges me and by the way, if you're here, say hi. It says I haven't got any viewers at the moment. Maybe I don't, but give me a little hi, drop a comment if you're catching the replay as well, and give the video a heart or a like so we keep that algorithm going. Thank you. What was I saying? Yeah. I've come to a point in my life, like maybe I'm getting old and grumpy, but I don't want to do anything that feels like work. And I don't mean that I'm not going to do anything challenging. I don't mean that I'm not going to, work hard on occasion, but I don't want to do anything that feels like, oh, I have to, or like it feels, like that, like you have a job you hate and you have to go do that. None of that. Why should we do any of that as business owners? Now, again, I'm not saying that we don't do stuff that feels hard or push outside our comfort zone or sometimes, do a bit of hard work. That is part and parcel of building a business. What I'm saying is I'm not going to do work in the traditional sense because I should, or because someone says I should, or because that's what I think I have to do to earn money. I'm like so done with that. So this is a different way to do business, and I'm really following that inner guidance as much as I can. And that's a challenge and a journey in itself to trust that. But that's part of what the workshop next week will be about too. So it's going to be right here in the group, 2 p.m. UK time. You can catch the replay, but if you can be here live, do, because I really thrive off connecting with you, of being here in a group setting together. So that's what we're doing. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. My intention is you will absolutely have some action steps that you can go and get some wins now in terms of connecting with clients. If you then want the deeper dive and you want to really learn those strategies, and not just learn them, but like create that thriving coaching business into the future, because it is a journey. It's not a one and done thing. I'll make an offer for you to come work with me in a deeper way. That is completely optional. And I will be doing a video beforehand on the Wednesday in the group and the day after. So we're going to have loads and loads of fun with this. It's going to be awesome. Let's jump in and I will read your comments and I will see you there. Bye for now.